What is going on? I'm Des with DesFit, and I like to test a lot of GPS smartwatches. I do really in-depth reviews of activity trackers as well as a lot of other sports technology and gear, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and while you're down there, hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. So I've tested a lot of watches this year, from the Fenix 5X, the 5S, the Forerunner 935, the Vivo Active 3, the Apple Watch Series 3, the Samsung Gear Sport, as well as the Suunto Spartan Sport Wrist HR Baro that I'm currently testing. And you know what? None of those are what I'd recommend as the best GPS smartwatch you can buy right now. And I'm not just talking about features and functionality, because price is also a huge consideration to nearly everyone. And that's why the Fenix 3 HR is what I think is the best smartwatch deal of the year. Early this year, it dropped to $350 briefly from its already marked down price of $550 when the 5 Series released. Then it fluctuated back up, and then it finally kind of settled around that $400 range. But right now, you can get as low as $300 to $350, which is a freaking phenomenal deal for this amazing watch, considering it was north of $600 when it first came out. Now, unfortunately, this watch isn't for everyone, but in my opinion, there's really only 3 big reasons why you shouldn't get this watch. Number 1 is going to be the size. It's not exactly a small watch, so if you do have a smaller wrist, it may not be right for you. However, I do have a smaller lady friend who does rock one, and she rocks it with confidence, so it does happen. I have a 197mm circumference wrist, and it was just slightly larger than what I would have preferred, but it wasn't overwhelming by any means. The second reason is that the strength training and automatic rep counting that is available on the Vivo Active 3, Forerunner 935, and Fenix 5s didn't make it to the 3HR, and I did confirm this with Garmin support that it's not going to be available. And lastly, in regards to mapping, if you're a serious adventurer that goes out in the middle of nowhere, then you may want to get the Fenix 5X, but let me tell you, it's not exactly the easiest thing to use. But now that that's out of the way, let's talk about why this is such a great deal. It's got all the great looks of the current Fenix 5X. In fact, it's a little bit hard to tell them apart other than the red ring around the button. It's going to be ridiculously durable with its stainless steel bezel, and most importantly, that sapphire glass screen, which is crazy durable. I had my 3HR for over a year, and with numerous crashes on my mountain bike, constantly knocking into walls and even the side of the treadmill, I did not get one scratch on the screen without a screen protector. The size and weight are virtually the same as the 5X. The 5X does have a slightly better battery life, but the 3HR is still phenomenal. The 5 and 5X did get a slight upgrade on the display, but let me tell you, it doesn't really make all that much of a difference. And the biggest thing is that it's still extremely easy to read in direct sunlight with its always-on display. Quick fit bands don't come stock, but they are totally compatible and super easy to do. I have a video about how to do that you can check out right here, as well as in the description below. The new flatter elevate heart rate sensor doesn't really make much of a difference either. In fact, I didn't have to have it as tight on my wrist to get accurate heart rate readings as I do on my Fenix 5X, which I have to tighten down very tightly because it's more flush. Then you're still going to get a slew of activity profiles built in. You still get 24/7 heart rate monitoring, plenty of Ant Plus sensor support, including the HRM Try and Run heart rate straps that provide more advanced metrics that aren't compatible with the Vivo Active 3. You'll get training effect, virtual pacer, and racer, pretty much the same notifications that you're going to get in newer models, as well as multi-sport mode and ultra track. So no, you won't be getting Bluetooth smart sensor support, smaller size option, nor emojis, but let me show you what that actually looks like in the Fenix 5X. You make the call on that one. Also, this watch is stable, as in it's gone through all the trials and tribulations of firmware updates over its lifetime, and I'll definitely say it. The Fenix 5 series has had, well, an exciting year of firmware updates, and in my opinion, it's still not perfect. So the Fenix 3HR isn't the latest and greatest, but sometimes newer doesn't always mean better, and honestly, if I didn't jack up my Fenix 5X and my bike wheel early this year, I would have probably sold it and kept my 3HR and saved some bucks. Seriously. Hopefully the price will stay around that $300 to $350 price range, but I do have some affiliate links in the description below where you can find some really good prices on the 3HR. There's a reason this watch is still available, and it's because it is so darn good. Definitely check out my long-term review if you haven't done so already. So if you've been considering the Vivo Active 3 because it was so much cheaper than the 5 series, or really wanted a 5 series but just couldn't stomach that price tag, or even wanted the Forerunner 935 but want something more durable, really give the 3HR some serious consideration. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to hit, smash, or however you'd like to depress that like button, and also subscribe to the channel for plenty of more reviews coming soon.